And now,
Free Australian, 22 operations.
see 3 ultimate makeovers revealed live to the nation. Ultimate Transformations live on 7.
The following program, Ultimate Transformations, is classified M. It contains medical procedures. Channel 7 recommends viewing by mature audiences.
In an Australian television first, tonight, watch the ultimate transformation of 3 ordinary people. This group have had their lives put on hold, and they've been kept in secret locations, living away from their families for 2 months, while they've received hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cosmetic surgery and dental work.
Oh boy, are they crooked or are they crooked?
We've given them the looks they could only dream about, and certainly could never afford.
She's going to end up with a beautiful result.
We follow them as their most private parts are nipped and tucked, embarrassing shapes are liposucked and sculpted, and teeth are straightened and whitened.
Open.
And in a huge surprise twist, while this man went under the knife to turn himself into a male model, he secretly took his wife and gave her the ultimate transformation too. We'll find out if she can turn heads faster than her husband when tonight they are revealed to each other for the first time.
Hello and welcome. I'm Andrew O'Keefe. Well, it's a huge night in the studio. Silhouetted here behind me are 4 people who have undergone monumental physical changes. And right here in front of me are their family and friends who haven't seen their loved ones for almost 2 months. Tonight, we reunite them live, right here, and we all witness just how much our 4 subjects have changed after all that much surgery. Now, it was only a few weeks ago that we sent word out via the internet inviting people who wanted cosmetic surgery to contact us. The response was quite overwhelming, with thousands of audition tapes sent in. Some of those people came to the Cadmus restaurant to meet the medical team and have a chance to experience an ultimate transformation. After viewing their audition tapes, scores of hopefuls desperate for cosmetic change were invited from all over the country to be here. While only a handful of these people will be picked, they all have one thing in common. They're hoping that doctors will fix problems they face every time they look in the mirror. To have an ultimate transformation, these people need to attract the attention of the medical team. A certain look or an attitude might just be enough to catch the eye of one of the panellists who are working the room.
I would like my cheek done, my breast done.
I would like all of my fat sucked out. After having 2 kids, everybody would love to have it done, I'm sure.
My stomach done.
Absolute brand new look.
And liposuction. And possibly a chin if I can have one.
After spending time getting to know many of the potential participants, our medical panel goes behind closed doors to take one last look at audition tapes and photos. It is critical that they identify those candidates who will benefit the most and be a surgical success for the team who'll perform the ultimate transformations. Dr. Mark Cahoot is a reconstructive surgeon, boasting 20 years' experience in both micro and plastic surgery. Cosmetic surgeon Dr. Anoop Rastogi specialises in liposculpture and breast augmentation, 2 of the most frequently requested cosmetic procedures. Dr. Colin Moore has been in surgical practice for 30 years. He's a pioneer of the Australasian College of Cosmetic Surgery. Dr. Alan Riley and Dr. David Carr specialise in the rapidly growing area of cosmetic dental surgery. Alan Riley is one of Australia's top dental implant experts, and David Carr has produced many million-dollar smiles from his long list of celebrity clients. And Ella Sterlini, she's a clinical psychologist. Her role is to eliminate people who have false expectations, because candidates shouldn't think that changing their appearance will drastically change their lives. The first candidates that the medical team discuss are husband and wife.
You know, as a kid, I always had the old Dumbo ears, but you probably want to get him a bit pinned back.
You know, he has certain concerns about his ears, about his skin, about his chin, you know, and all of those areas are things that, you know, could be improved.
He's got lots of potential with his teeth. We can do lots of things with that. Teresa, on the other hand, is a little overweight.
That is not the face of a 31-year-old. I reckon we could work miracles there.
If we're going to improve people, Peggy's a classic example. There's a disparity between the breast size and the rest of her figure. She's requested a change to her nose, I note, and her teeth.
One lady that I was really impressed with was Lindy Holmes. She's the blonde lady from Adelaide.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. She's a lady that kind of just oozes personality. She's a big, tough lady.
I really liked Linda Bentley. She's got a terrific figure, but she hasn't worn a skirt or a dress or shorts. So for the last 20 years, she's so embarrassed about her varicose veins.
Put some of the fat from there and sort of stick it in my bum.
After hours of discussion and some dissent, the team finally decide on those people who'll go to the next level. Those chosen will undergo rigorous medical and psychological assessments to determine their suitability for a major cosmetic change. There are many anxious people waiting for this decision, and medically, there's a lot at stake. Now, one woman was given the unenviable task of looking after all those anxious and hopeful people while the doctors were in discussion. Please welcome my co-host, Sonia Kruger. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Andrew.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. It's fantastic to be here tonight, and let me tell you, the last 2 months have been quite an experience.
Well, I can imagine even at the outset at the Cadmus restaurant there, the atmosphere must have been quite electric.
Very tense in that room. There were a lot of nervous people, and what was surprising was the number of different procedures that they wanted to have done, and that was just my family, who I beat off with a stick, but everybody was nervous and desperate to be chosen.
From your observation, were they all of a type, or were they very different people?
So different, from 18 to 80, men, women, truck drivers to solicitors.
All right, well, you were the one who had the great fun of giving them the good news.
Okay, everybody, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for, in no particular order. Peggy Latimer. Linda Bentley. Lindy Holmes. Susan Baker.
While emotions run high for those picked, this is just the beginning. Now each candidate will be subjected to extensive physical and psychological testing, part of the grueling process to find just 3 people who'll have their dream come true with an ultimate transformation. The following morning, the candidates are taken to see our experts. To be eligible for surgery, they now must succumb to some pretty humiliating tests. This is the harsh clinical reality of the world of cosmetic surgery.
Stand up for me. Let's have a closer look. First thing
on the face of it, 30-year-old Paul Cray might not look too bad, but Paul has grown up with taunts and teasing about his ears, which stick out, and his freckles, and he's miserable.
How did you actually lose those 2 front teeth?
Okay, when I was 12, I was assaulted by a guy. I was sitting on a wall with a friend, being stupid, like young girls do, laughing. He walked towards us. He obviously felt we were laughing at him, so he slapped me around the face, and I stood up, changed my mind, sat down again, thought this guy looks a bit big and scary, and just went, pew.
And it looks revolting. And sometimes they kind of wobble and fall out. It's not a good look.
Peggy Latimer is just 25, but for her, an ultimate transformation will mean that people will no longer mistake her for a boy. She's desperate for curves in all the right places. There's no room for modesty here. This process of pushing, prodding, and examining various intimate body parts is an anxious time. Most people would find this pretty humiliating and embarrassing as doctors highlight the very problems that people want fixed. And for the candidates, this is their first opportunity to discuss their problems with an expert and a chance to tell doctors exactly what they want and give them a cosmetic wish list.
One of the mothers at work asked me if I was pregnant. I said,
No, just fat, thanks.
Well, being a singer
Yeah.
and being photographed a lot,
Yeah.
this is the most important thing to me because
Yeah.
this is what I see in the photos all the time. And
Okay.
so when I smile, I feel that it's all puckering up.
Wherever you may wander.
So far, it's been a bizarre journey for a group of people who began with a desire to change whatever's wrong and make it right. And the ride is about to get a lot bumpier as the moment of truth is now close at hand.
Oh, it is. Don't be nervous. Come right in.
A two-way mirror has been set up so that the team of doctors can freely give their opinions out of the sight and sound of the nervous candidates.
Just before we get started with the questions tonight, when you applied, you were asked to write down whether you were a smoker or not.
Smoking quickly becomes the first and potentially most devastating issue faced by the candidates.
So if you've had a cigarette in the last 24 hours, would you please take a step forward?
The doctors will simply not include anyone who smokes. Smokers have an increased anaesthetic risk, poor blood flow to the wound and poor scarring. It is simply too great a risk for elective surgery.
I'm going to leave you now with Alex, who's going to get the questioning started. Okay?
Hello everybody. Alex Perry is one of Australia's top fashion designers. He will find the perfect style to suit the new bodies of the few chosen for an ultimate transformation.
She's worried about the heavy chin and the droopy brows.
She's put on a lot of weight due to a medical condition though, hasn't she?
Thyroid.
Yeah.
She's got a pretty face. It's rounded. Some liposculpture there would really enhance that.
She's essentially a good-looking young woman that really needs no enhancement. I would leave her well alone.
As doctors discuss the candidates through the two-way mirror, one of the things they must consider is the time they have to complete the surgery. Some cosmetic procedures require years of surgery to get the right results. The procedures these doctors commit to must be completed within 7 weeks.
Smile, please. Paul, could you stand to the line, please? And give us a smile. Great. Just hold for a moment.
He's got a good figure. I think we can make it great.
Could you just tell me why you would like to do this?
Can't explain it too much, yeah.
One of the great reasons not to operate on anybody if they can't tell you what they want or what they're worried about.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And if you could give us a smile, please. Bigger smile.
She's got a nice jawline that you could do beautifully, I think, with her.
And she got a blow to the face when she was quite a young girl, so she's been without front teeth for a while. But love to put some implants in there. She's a great candidate. She physically seems to be quite capable of doing it.
You know, she's got broad shoulders, she's got a large bust, and to shape in then her waist nice and tightly, and then bring her beautifully over her hips and around her thighs, I think you get a great result on the body.
Christina's got unrealistic expectations. I think that's the bottom line on it.
We have a skeletal imbalance there, which would take a great deal of work.
Well, this is the sort of place I'd love to do, but he's a smoker, and to do anything to this man while he still smokes is to court disaster.
89, could we have you standing up to the mark, please?
Not a good smile at all.
And tell me, can you work with that in the time you've got?
It could be improved on.
She kind of looked a bit boyish and she wanted to be a little bit more like a girl.
Yeah.
You're an occasional smoker, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Do you think that it's possible for you to give up smoking for the duration?
Yeah, I already have.
The final interview process goes on late into the night. At last, our medical panel is satisfied that all questions have been asked.
He's got very healthy teeth.
45, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, cosmetic surgery doesn't suit everyone for various reasons. And for some people, there are factors preventing surgery, as these people are about to find out.
Chris, thank you so much for your time and effort, but unfortunately you haven't made the final cut.
That's fine, thank you.
As our medical experts warned, too many have been dismissed over the smoking issue. Added to other medical concerns and failures on psychological testing, the process of elimination is proceeding at a rapid rate.
Thank you. Kim, thank you very much for your time and effort. Unfortunately, you haven't made the final cut. Gay, thank you very much for your time and effort, but unfortunately you haven't made the final cut.
Okay, thank you.
Peggy, could we please have you at the line, please?
Say again, and I'm going.
We've got 6 weeks. We need her off the cigarettes for 2 weeks completely.
Yeah.
If she can do that, then we've got enough time to do a surgery and get the result that we want.
Right.
If she smokes in that time, she's off.
Right.
Peggy, could you please stand back?
Lindy, thank you so much for your time and effort, but unfortunately you haven't made the final cut.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm surprised to see you because you were such a favourite.
Oh,
So what happened? Why do you think they knocked you out?
Perhaps my weight, maybe I would say my weight, and perhaps having an underactive thyroid. I think, yeah.
So how do you feel?
I'm disappointed, but I've had a wonderful time coming from Adelaide. It's been wonderful.
Christina, you haven't made the final cut.
Michelle, could you please stand to the line?
Well, again, smoking is the problem with this lady.
That dreaded smoking.
And unfortunately, from my point of view, that rules her out.
Michelle, thank you very much for your time and effort, but unfortunately you haven't made the final cut.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I suppose you'd like to know what's going on at this point, yeah? You're all getting the ultimate transformation.
Well done.
And after 47 grueling hours, 3 people have finally made it. Linda Bentley, Peggy Latimer, and Paul Cray will have ultimate transformations. It's an emotional time as they won't be seeing their families for many weeks. Tears of joy and pain and lots of hugs and kisses for Peggy's 2 children who don't really understand why they have to say goodbye to their mummy. And hard as it is, this is the moment they've all been waiting for. Their chance of cosmetic transformation. Paul's young wife, Teresa, can't really grasp what's just happened to her husband. Bags are packed and they're off to a secret location. I'm up here in the control room out of earshot of Peggy, Linda and especially Paul because we've got a very big surprise in store for him. When his wife Teresa said goodbye to him, we hit her with some very good news.
We've got a bit of a surprise for you, Teresa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You are going to have an ultimate transformation too.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When he comes back, you'll be made over. We just want to do. Yeah.
Yay! Yay! Group hug. Yay!
And Teresa's entire operation and recovery has been kept a secret from Paul, who thinks that he's surprising her. So, you know, things could be a little interesting later on tonight. We'll take a look at Paul and Teresa's amazing surgery after the break.